So here is the new fretboard, pretty much straight after it has come off the CNC. I think it's turned out pretty good. For the most part it's the same as the old one over here, but there are a couple of differences I made, most notably to the width here, in that this one, when it was cut out on the CNC, I reduced it down by 0.1 millimeters, whereas this one I've left at the original size. Another slight change is that I've made this one slightly thicker. So the previous one I went to my target thickness of 6 millimeters. For this I've gone to 6.25, give me a little bit more room for sanding and whatnot. While I was looking at remaking this neck, one of the things I wasn't fully happy with on this one is the epoxy inlays. Now they're perfectly serviceable and they look pretty good, but they're white and there is literally nothing else on the guitar that is white. The closest would be the maple, but by the time that's got finish on it, it's sort of more gold. So I wanted a more homogeneous solution, something that would tie in with the rest of the guitar a bit better. And my idea was to take one of the offcuts of the maple and cut out the pieces, like so. Now these are only the small ones. I need to do a few more for the big one there. They are literally a perfect fit. I mean, it's insane. I reduced the maple ones down by 0.1 millimeters from the size of the slot there, and it is perfect, literally perfect. So I've got another couple of bits of maple here to do the large one. I'm also going to use this piece of sapele here, which is another fretboard blank I got. I bought two of these to do the stripe on the body, and this is the leftover one. I'm going to cut them out of that as well and then pick and choose which ones I like. I might even, use some maple, some sapele, see how it goes. So here's the neck, straight off with the CNC basically. All I've done is cut off the tabs. As you can see, it's got this banding on here, and even down this end on the headstock, you can see it sort of burnt it a bit, and likewise on the back here. At the end of the day though, it all needs sanding anyway, so it's not a major issue. The good news is the truss rod fits perfectly, as do the carbon fibres. So you can't really see it very well in this shot, but there is a significant gap under the fretboard there where I didn't quite get the inlay pieces far enough back in the slot, and it just looks dreadful. So I need to fix that somehow. So at this point, seeing the maple dowel inserted in there, I still wasn't happy. So I decided to go back to the digital drawing board and figure out a better solution. In order to actually route out this bigger slot, I came up with this sort of jig template thing where it's raised up above the neck on a solid base so that I can actually get the router in there. And the slot itself is designed for a particular router bit that I have. That's a 9.5mm diameter, with a bearing, double bearing actually, which gives me enough depth to ride the bearing above the headstock there. And you can see this was made on the CNC as a nested sort of assembly that slots together and screws together. And of course those dowels through the tuner holes help align everything. And I tested out the process on this prototype headstock. So I've just been editing together the video you will have just seen and realised I'm not going to get it all in one episode, all this neck stuff. So I've decided this is a good spot to end this one, but it needed a bit of an outro. Remaking this neck, encountering the issue with the inlay in the headstock, and ultimately ending up with something I think is far superior to the original, you know. Like, this is vastly better than that, especially when you see it in the context of the body. Like, the way that maple is revealed there through the carve mirrors exactly what happens with the sapele stripe on the body. So yeah, this will work with that body so much nicer than this does. So the next episode I hope to basically do the rest of the work on this neck, essentially get it to the state where it'll get its first coat of finish. So that's it for this episode, and I hope to see you in the next one.